Right, hey, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise to our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect that is scattered throughout the four winds of the earth, that believe wholeheartedly in the true doctrine that is being pushed throughout the four winds of the earth, who are in hope of mercy and salvation during the time of these last days, all right, as Esau, ruler over the planet Earth, all right. I'm going to entitle this video, The Beast and Its Image, all right. And this is basically a follow-up of the last video I did concerning IUIC and their mangling of the image as well as the micro C hit, but the focal point was how they break down that the MOTB, the micro C hip, is not the mark of the beast. All right, they saying it's an agreement, that you agree in your mind and you act out the sin that you're in agreement. Their reasoning has changed on that many times, but they're dead set against it being the micro C hip. So that last video was the basically focused on that more. I touched a little bit on the image, but not much. So in this video, we'll go over it. Lord will, it'll be edifying to the hopeful elect out there. And for those of you newer, all right, as well as you window shoppers of those other groups, so that you can get the proper understanding of the beast, its image, as well as its mark, which we know that its mark is the RFID microchip. All right, so let's go ahead and go right into it. We're going to go to Revelation, the 13th chapter. All right. And we'll start at the top. All right. Now, Revelation chapter 13, verse 1, it says, "And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy." All right. Now we know that this beast, all right, goes back to Daniel the 2nd chapter, Daniel the 7th chapter, dealing with Rome. All right. But ultimately this beast is Esau, Edom. All right. Him as a nation of people ruling. All right. Their time frame of ruling on the planet Earth. Okay. Verse 2. It says, "And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat and great authority." Now, the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. This goes back to the Greeks, because like I said, this entire beast is Esau, Edom's power structure and his reign on the planet Earth. All right. Okay. His feet were as the feet of a bear, is dealing with the Russians. All right. Because that's going to be the end of Esau, Edom. They're going to go down by the Russians in the Third World War, which is going to end nuclear. All right. And out of his mouth as the mouth of a lion. All right. Which Uh, the mouth first is dealing with England, all right, slash Britain, and what came out of Britain or England, America, all right. It says, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority, all right. And again, the dragon, all right, which gave this beast this power, goes back to Rome, all right, with America being the great authority of this gigantic beast system, all right. The example of the Roman, because America's straight up built and ran after Rome, the way Rome ran things, all right, which is going to tie us into the image, all right. And it says, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And again, when Rome went down, all right, they were wounded unto death, but they came back. All right, they went down, roughly 193, 193 AD, up into the point about, the 1300s. All right, which that began the Renaissance or the rebirth, the deadly wound which was healed, but it wasn't totally, consummated. All right, made the real thing until the 1400s. A key year, you had, which everybody knows, the year 1492, but even before that, you had the establishing. Before it even got to the point of 1492, you had them Edomites destroying all the relics and putting their faces up, all right, which is known as iconoclasm, all right. So it wasn't established right on 1492. It took years of wars and us going down during that 1,000 period reign, all right. Because when you go to Revelation, what is that? I believe it's 20. Revelation 20, right? And 1, it says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand, and laid hold on the dragon, which, going back to Revelation 13, is dealing, that dragon is the Roman Empire, all right. Who was ruling the Roman Empire? Esau, Edom, all right. When he was ruling the Roman Empire, this is the dragon that was laid hold on, that old serpent, all right, going back to the garden, the spirit of Cain, all right, the spirit of the devil, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. And like I said, from about 193 AD up into the 1100s, 1200s, and then really the 1300s is when they, we totally were being taken down. And a major part of us going down was the bubonic and pneumonic plague of the Middle Ages. All right. So we ruled Europe, Ireland, all that for a span of about 1,000 years. And then this devil came into power. All right. Because he was bound during that time. He was known as the wild man. All right. He was the peasant. All right. Of that time. But the Lord rose him up. And that goes back to Genesis, the 3rd chapter. All right. Dealing with that old serpent. All right. Matter of fact, if you click here, Esau going to show you that old serpent is going back to Genesis. Let me see. Let me see if they. Yep. Genesis 3 and 15. Okay. When you go to Genesis 3 and 15, It says, and I will put enmity. Well, you got to read back a little bit. The 3rd chapter. Let me see. Let me click that. Yeah, here we go. The 14th verse. All right. It said, and the Lord said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon the belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And that wasn't fulfilled until the so-called Middle Ages, the Dark Ages, after Rome fell. All right. The Lord put him in a low state. All right. This is why he was known as the wild man, the Neanderthal, the caveman. All right. That was fulfilled in that time. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head. All right. And thou shalt bruise his heel, because eventually, when Yahweh Shai returns, he's going to bruise the head of this devil. All right. He's going to bruise the head of this devil and take him out of power. And literally, after he serves his 1,000 years, that head wound, all right, he's going to be destroyed. Okay. He's going to be destroyed. All right. They bruise our heel right now because we're under their rule. We've been down. But ultimately, when Yahweh Shai returns, that head, he going to get cracked in the head, and that's going to be it for him. He's going to be dead. All right. No more rule, no more nothing till he's totally eradicated from the planet Earth. All right. So let's go back to Revelation 20. All right. And 2. And he said, and he laid hold on the dragon, again, the Roman Empire, that old serpent, the spirit of Esau, Edom in the garden, the spirit of the wicked. All right. Which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. All right. The rulers of the Roman Empire were Edomites. Okay. It says, and cast him into the bottomless pit, which is Europe. Okay. And shut him up and set a seal upon him. This is that seal that was set upon him, that Neanderthal, wild man, caveman state. Okay, that we read about in Genesis, the 3rd chapter, verse 14 and 15. All right. That he should deceive the nations no more. All right. Till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loose a little season. And he's been loosed. All right. Going back to the Renaissance. All right. And him building up until he coined the Renaissance year 1492, which it began before that. It's like I said, they had to establish themselves and begin to deceive the nations once again. All right. Once they were loose that little season. Okay. So let's go back to, let me see. Hang on just a second. Yeah, let's go back to I'm sorry, I clicked the Revelation, the 13th chapter. All right. Let's say we're gonna jump to you know what, let's just read down. All right. Verse 4 says, and they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. All right. The Roman Empire, the way that they live. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? All right. Which is Esau. All right. His power structure that he's gonna that the Lord put together to rule the planet Earth. All right. His dominion over the earth. He's put everybody in subjection. All right. It says, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, And power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months, which represent 350 years, because America was the place where the blasphemies and the wickedness, all right, as it is written in Jeremiah, it says, Babylon have been the golden cup in the Lord's hand to make all the earth drunken. Let's get that real quick. Jeremiah 51:7. It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. All right. So this is the place that the Lord used. All right. Babylon. All right. To push off the blasphemies, to push off the ungodly behavior. All right, the alphabet people. Do as thou wilt. All right, which is all a part of the image. All right, so we're gonna continue on. It says, and he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Most High, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And he's done that through his Renaissance art, him painting our Lord as an Edomite, the Most High as an Edomite, all right, the tabernacle of the Most High, all right, which are the true Israelites. He straight up blasphemed, because he's saying he himself are those people, but yet they commit the most heinous acts against the Most High in his ways. This is why it's written, what is that, Psalm 55? Let's go there real quick. Seeing thou hatest instruction and cast my words behind thee. All right. Because he claimed to be this Christian, this God-fearing man, all right? Well, it might be 50 and 16. Yeah, it's 50 and 16. Let's go back a couple chapters. Psalms 50 and 16, but unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in my mouth? And this is why everything that, they claim to be Christians and righteous, but all their actions is blasphemy against the Most High. All right? Especially now in the time that we're living in. All right? You can totally be anti-life, all right, in this society. You can totally be whatever the hell you want, contrary to the laws of the Heavenly Father, man. All right, this is the blasphemy that this place pushes against the Most High. Okay, and a lot more. All right, I mean, this whole place is blasphemous against the Heavenly Father, man. In every way, the money system. All right. They constantly breaking the laws of the Heavenly Father. All right? They know the Heavenly Father exists, but they refuse to tell the people. Okay? They tell the people that they're God. All right? Noah Yuval Harari. What's his God doesn't exist. Who they called Jesus is fake news. All this madness that these devils is blaspheming against the Heavenly Father and His Son. All right, and they've been doing it for a long time, and now they're to the point they're so proud. They bucking up against the Most High like never before. To the point they're saying that they're gonna be the gods. All right, through the technology that was given to these goddamn devils, man. All right. So they had power. All right. 40 and 2 months, which represent 350 years. All right. 350 years of them totally being up, because we had no idea who we are. But once that 350 years hit, that's when the Lord woke us up. All right. At 350 years, roughly 1620 to about 1969, 1970. All right. That's the 350 years, the 40 and 2 months. All right. To where they were up over us as a people. But once, they had that power and it was up, going back to 1969 when the Lord rose up Abba Bivens. That's when their power began to dwindle. All right. That's when they started to be exposed, because the word was put back in the earth. All right. It says, and he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Most High, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints. And this is what he did. All right. When he established himself, all right, when they, that 1,000 years were fulfilled and they came out of the wild man state, the Lord loosed them. All right. He began to make war against the saints. All right. You had the saints over in the old world, the original ruler, well, not the original rulers, because the original rulers of Rome in those areas is Japhet. Those are the original rulers. But when we got up in there, from I believe Septimius Severus, Constantine the Great, all right, that period of 1,000 years when they were down, that was when we were ruling. So when they came out of that state and began their rebirth of the Roman Empire, they began to make war against the saints, war with the saints. Not only Judah, Benjamin, and Levi over there, but then you had when they started to make their conquest of the Americas, all right, where you had different Spaniards, all right, you had English come later, all right, different Edomite factions from over that, from back in that world, all right, started to come and establish themselves over here where the Israelites were. All right, making war with the saints, because when they got over here, it wasn't no peace talks. It wasn't. I mean, it was peace talks, but every last peace talk and treaty that they made with the people that was over here, which were the Israelites, all right, ended up in what? The history tells us exactly what they did. They slaughtered us, all right, and overcame us, all right, and took over the lands. All right, it says, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And that's when he fully established this place, America. All right, he totally had power over all nations. All right, from here, because this is every nation is here. The Israelites are here. Arabs are here. All nations over here. All nations succumb to what America says. All right. Because they're that tip of the spear of the beast. They're that woman that's riding upon the beast, which in itself is its own beast. All right, but it's a part of the main beast, which is Esau's power structure in the form of NATO and the EU. All right. It says, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names were not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. And the whole earth is worshiping this devil right now in his technology, in his rule. All right, except the elect. The elect ain't with it, and the proof of that is the World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization. All the leaders of the planet Earth are in bed with this goddamn devil. All right. So let's jump down to verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Again, America. All right. The 2 horns like a lamb, all right, is how it was in first in Rome with the Senate. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. In Daniel 7. Let me just type in diverse. Okay, because this was the this was the Roman Empire, all right, that was diverse from the rest of the beast that came before it. There was no monarchy, all right. It was strictly a senate where you were voted in, all right. The beast before that, the Babylonians, Persians, and Medes, all right, they all had the Greeks, they all had a monarchy, all right, kings. Let me go right to the point for the 4th beast. Okay, yeah. Daniel 77. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. All right. So the diverseness is talking about the Senate, to where they voted in their Caesars. All right. During the Roman Empire, it were the patricians and the plebeians. In the modern Roman Empire, Babylon the Great, America, all right, you have the Republicans and the Democrats. All right. And it's like it said, it's 2 horns like a lamb, all right? Both parties, okay, the Republican and the Democrat, all right, they appeasing to both sides, or you have 2 sides. You have the Democrat side, the side that's, you know, we just watched the presidential election, the so-called election. All right, you got the left and you got the right. All right, both trying to win over the interests of the people by promising, to cater for the people, so to speak. You know, that's why it was like a lamb, okay? Like you have a choice, okay? And he spake as a dragon, meaning it's really deceiving you by thinking you have that choice of to vote, being on the left or being on the right, as far as Democrat and Republican, because ultimately, once these new draconian laws come in, and they really go hard, as they getting ready to go hard with their new world order, these laws are going to be like a dragon is ruling, okay? It's going to be like a dragon, draconian measures, all right? Trump is already saying what he's planning on doing, all right? It says, and he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and casteth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast. All right, everybody. When you grow up here in America, you learn basically the Roman way. All right, the days of the week, okay, the days of the month, all right, the planets. This is all what they did back in Rome, right? Being engaged in the astrology and all of that. That's heavy here in Babylon. Well, it was the same thing going back into ancient Rome. All right. Again, whose deadly wound was healed. All right. And it was healed first the Renaissance, and then ultimately when they began to establish Babylon the Great. Okay. The rebirth of the Roman Empire. Verse 13. And he doeth great wonders that he maketh fire come down. Wait, did I finish that in Daniel? Yeah, that was it in Daniel. Let's go to Salakia. Daniel the 2nd chapter. Okay. Dealing with the fourth beast mentioned again. All right. We're gonna start at let me go down a little bit further. Here we go. The 40th verse. All right. And even Esau has it here as Rome. Okay. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things. And that's what Esau did. All right. As the Roman Empire, and when he rebirthed it, all right, what did he do? He went around the world and he conquered it, and he broke he bust everybody down, including the Israelites. All right, just look at his history from the time of the Renaissance up until now. He's been on a tear on the planet Earth. All right, and ruling the planet Earth with much wicked oppression. All right, that's what he's been on. That's what he's done. All right, just like the fourth beast. Okay, it says, and the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. And that's what ancient Rome did, and that's what modern Rome did. All right, with America being at the forefront. All right, it says, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of the potter's clay, all right, and part of iron, which is now, all right, from when they established this place all the way up to now, we still talking about that same beast. All right, from the Renaissance all the way up until now, we talking about the same beast. All right, and now we're at the feet of the beast. All right, the toes of it. All right, being part potter's clay and part of iron. All right, and the kingdom shall be divided, but it shall be in it of the strength of the iron. All right, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. And this is dealing with pigs. All right, I looked that up. Here we go. Yep, pigs. All right, because pigs is a part of Esau's or nations that's a part of Esau's European Union. All right, or NATO. All right, because European unions are a part of NATO. All right, but of that union of those Edomite nations of this beast, these right here, it tells you that pigs is an acronym for Portugal, Italy, Ireland, Greece, and Spain, which were considered to have the weakest economies in the Eurozone during the European debt crisis. All right. And this mainly took off in '08. All right. 2008. It was mentioned, as it tells you here, that the term was first used in the 1970s to describe the economic impact of these countries on the EU. It became more widely used after 2008 financial crisis because then it was truly exposed who were the weaker economic countries. All right, which was a part of the 10 toes, or like in Revelation 10, the 10 horns. All right, which goes back to the beginning of NATO. All right, which began with I believe it was 7. Let's look that up real quick. All right, established in 1949. Let's look this up real quick. All right. It says NATO was established. Well, we'll start up here. We'll start here with the AI overview. All right. It says the first 10 countries to join the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, are listed below in order they joined. 1949. All right. Belgium, Canada, Denmark, France, Iceland, Italy, Luxembourg. All right. The Netherlands, Norway, and Portugal. All right. Let's count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Those were the first 7. All right. But then you had the added Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, and the UK. All right. And then the United States came out of the UK or England or Britain, whatever you want to call it. All right. But the 10 horns originally, all right, are these minus the United States, okay? Because the United States is going to be destroyed by these 10 horns, okay? And then you had these other countries that were added later, which formed NATO. Now, if you type in EU, let's type in EU. EU first, 10 nations by years established. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? And then you would they added UK and then Denmark, all right, and then Ireland, all right, and then Greece, as you can see, which all are the same countries that are a part of NATO, okay. And NATO was established 1949, all right, after World War II. All right, a key event that happened. It was after the war. If you look up Operation Main Brace, all right, which this happened after after the war. There was a major U.S. sighting because this operation was basically them flexing on Russia, showing their might against Russia, because this is the main reason they put together NATO in the EU. All right, was to have these nations come together to fight against Russia if any of them were in conflict with Russia. All right, and what had happened was, while they were parading and showing off their military might, you can look it up yourself. Just type that in and you'll see. All right, there was an exercise that they were doing to show their military might, and at that same time, a chariot showed up. All right, a chariot flew over their whole operation. All right, and this was their operation that they were basically flexing and showing their military might against Russia. All right, that's just a little side note. Okay. So let's go back to Revelation. We left off at we'll start at 12. All right. Wait, did we read? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we left off here in Daniel. We were reading about the 10 toes, and we went into the pigs. All right, which is Portugal. Again, Portugal, Italy, Ireland, Greece, and Spain. All right, which were all a part of the Euro zone, the European Union, or the European Community, whatever you want to call it. All right, these were the weaker nations that we read about in Daniel's 2nd chapter, which is still the same beast, but this is the end of it. All right, the 10 toes is the end of this beast, this Edomite power structure. All right, it says, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with the miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. All right, and this is why you see there's no agreement amongst them. All right, they make, they do business with the rest of the world, but that's strictly it. All right. So let's go back to Revelation 13. Okay, and we're gonna jump down. We're gonna jump down to yep, this is it. Let's go here. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. All right. The miracles is his technology, his warfare technology. When you go back up to the 13th, which I skipped this verse, his technology of dropping bombs on nations. All right, making fire fall down to the earth in the sight of men. All right. It says he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Who had the power to do these things? America. Remember, because America is basically its own beast, a part of this, the same beast. All right, a part of the beast that had 7 heads and 10 horns. America came out of that same beast. All right. So he did that in the sight of the beast, all of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. The other nations looked on, all right, especially the other European nations of a part of the beast, especially when they dropped the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, all right. It says, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast. All right. And the image is not a picture of Cesare Borgia. All right. Or Caesar Borgia, however you want to say it. That's not the image. The image represents the likeness of ancient Rome. All right. That's the image. The democracy, the Christianity, all right, the religion, that's part of it, the image. And the whole way of the ancient Roman Empire, the Senate, all right, the voting, that's a part of the image, all right, that they erected here in Babylon the Great, all right. That was the image that they made to the beast, all right, which had the wound by a sword and did live. All right. The revived Roman Empire. All right. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. All right. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And this is coming. This part of it is coming because that beast has still been on the loose to rule. Esau's still been in the power seat. He ain't been taken down. All right. He's still on the loose to rule. And it's going to come to a point that if you're not down with what he's talking about, which is going to ultimately be his technocracy and you gaining allegiance by receiving this mark that is written about in the 16th chapter. All right. This beast has constantly been growing ever since the Renaissance, all the way up until this point to where it's getting ready to go in perdition. As a matter of fact, let's go to Revelation, the 17th chapter. Revelation chapter 17, verse 1, it says, And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, which is Babylon, all right, America. The great whore, all right, which rideth upon the beast. This is why in my last video I showed, let me get that real quick. Where is it at? Okay, here we go. I showed this picture here. Okay? America. Okay, this is the great whore that rideth upon the beast. All right? Which became its own, which became a beast from this beast, but it's riding upon this beast. All right? So the beast is Esau's power structure, his whole power structure, beginning from the ancient times. All right. This is why the verse 2 said the beast had in Revelation 13, it says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. That's dealing with the Greece. All right. That's dealing with the Greek Empire, beginning with Alexander ruling it. All right. That's what that's talking about. And then the feet of the bear is the Russians, because the Russians are going to be the end of the Edomites on the planet Earth. All right. So going back to Revelation 17, verse 2, it says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. All right. And the kings of the earth have been committing fornication with Babylon the Great. All right. The inhabitants of the earth were made drunk with the wine of the fornication that comes from this place. I mentioned the alphabet people earlier. Everything that has of influence on the planet Earth comes from Babylon the Great. All right. America. Okay, and it's all wickedness, and it's made the whole earth drunk, as I read in Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. All right. Matter of fact, did I read that? My mind be all over the place. Let me see. Let me pull up another blue letter, because I don't want to miss my spot. Salakia, if I'm all over the place, I hope you're following me, and I hope through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, this is making sense. Jeremiah 51:7. Let's read that again. If because I'm thinking I read it, but yeah, I did read it, because now I remember. All right, let's read it again. It says, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunk of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. All right, so going back to Revelation 17, all right, it's that same same beast, the same nation the Lord has used to make the earth drunk, the wine off of their wine and their fornication, wicked philosophy, you name it, man. Everything about this place has made not only the Israelites but the planet Earth drunk. All right, because remember it said in all who weren't written in the Lamb's Book of Life wondered after the beast. All right. Verse 3, it says, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. All right, which I went over that earlier. The 7 heads and 10 horns. I mean, when you go back to ancient Rome, all right, you deal with the Ostrogoths, the Vandals, you know, those names. But modern, okay, you got to deal with NATO and the EU. All right. These are the 7 heads and 10 horns. All right. Which established this beast. All right. It says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. Again, Jeremiah 51:7. All right, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken with their abominations and filthiness of her fornication, her constant transgressions of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And that's America. All right. America's that woman that rode upon the beast. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushai. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And how was this place drunken with the blood of the saints? I spoke about it a little bit earlier, dealing with the history of them establishing this land and calling it theirs and naming it America. All right. Matter of fact, Apostle Gabar has brought this out many times. Here we go. The Spaniard Amerigo Vespucci. All right. This was named after an Edomite, Amerigo Vespucci. All right, who was he was a conquistador out of Spain and Portugal. All right. Matter of fact, let's read this. Amerigo Vespucci's voyages to the Americas took place between 1499 and 1502. All right. This is when they started booming with their Renaissance. All right. They were coming over here and like the scriptures say, they were killing off the saints. All right. In this land. Okay. It says he sailed first for Spain in 1499 to 1500, and then for Portugal in 1501 to 1502, during which time he made significant observations that led to the realization that the newly discovered lands, which they knew they weren't newly discovered. All right. They knew that they weren't newly discovered. You just watched the movie 1492, Conquest of Paradise. They put a jewel in that scene that showed that the guy that played Christopher Columbus, he was quoting out of the book of Ezra. All right. And he knew that the Israelites were over here. All right. So it wasn't no newly discovered nothing. Okay. They knew that it was people over here. Okay. So this is, they always got to mix lies in with the truth. But anyway, it says, during which time he made significant observations that led to the realization that the newly discovered lands were a separate continent, not part of Asia, which eventually resulted in the naming of America after him. All right. So America was named after a Spaniard, Esau, Edom. All right. And that's prophecy. They covet fields and take them by violence. All right. Matter of fact, let's pull that up. Did I pull up? Yeah, I did. Covet fields. I believe that's Micah. Yep. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. All right. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And this ain't something that they just started. All right. They've been this way ever since the Renaissance, man. When they got total control over the old world and they began to establish rebirth the ancient Roman Empire. Then they start sending out these different Spaniards, man. All right. One name, like I just went over, Amerigo Vespucci. All right. And this is what they do. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Going back to, what is that? Revelation 17. And what did I leave off? Them being drunken with the blood of the saints. All right. Where did I leave? Where'd that go? Yeah, here it is. Verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. All right. Because they came over here and they slaughtered the saints. All right. America, this land. All right. It was established through the slaughtering of the Israelites that were over here, man. All right. And with the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which have 7 heads and 10 horns, which I went over that. All right. The EU and NATO. All right. That's who carrying America. That's who America comes out of. All right. America came out of Britain. All right, which is a part of the 7 heads, which eventually became 10. Matter of fact, became the 10 horns. Let's go back to the. All right, this is the 7. Okay, Germanium Major, Rome itself, France, the Spanish, Germanium Minor, and the British and the Greeks. All right, that's the 7. All right, and then they became. Fast forwarding it, all right, to the EU and NATO in this time. Okay, now they're going by these names. They're not, but they all come from that ancient, those ancient 7. All right, they just broke off. Okay, let's all Edomite power structures, all right? Going back to the 2nd verse of Revelation, the 13th chapter. Verse 8. It says, the beast that thou sawest was and is not, all right? And that's talking about Rome. All right. The beast that thou sawest was, all right, because it was the Roman Empire when John was recording this. Okay. When John was recording this, it was the Roman Empire. All right. And is not and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit. All right. Because it was taken down and then it came back up out of the bottomless pit. We know as the Renaissance, the bottomless pit being Europe, okay, and go into perdition because the when it came out of the bottomless pit, all right, it went to establish spread its branches, so to speak, as the scriptures say. I seen the wicked spreading his spread over the earth like a green bay tree. Let me get that real quick. Let's get that. And this happened, after the Renaissance. What's that, green bay? Psalms 37:35. I have seen the wicked in great power. All right. And they have had a great power over the planet Earth. All right. This is that beast that we talking about. And they've been, they've had a run. All right. Great power over the planet Earth. All right. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. So when they came back into power, all right, after they were loose from that, after that 1,000 years being bound in the bottomless pit, they spread themselves over the planet Earth like a green bay tree. This is where your Spaniards, all right, your Dutch, your French, when they went out different conquests to conquer different parts of the earth, all right. It says, it ascended out of the and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into destruction. All right. So by them establishing what they established, known as America, all right, because it came out of that beast, came out of Britain, all right, England, all right. This is, once America's destroyed, the whole system is gonna go down, all right. Because this is the main place they use once they established it to take over the rest of the world. All the way up until this point today. All right? All the way up until this point today, 2024. All right? We still dealing with that same beast. Okay? But when the America goes down, the whole beast system is gonna go down. All right? It says, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. All right. Again, the beast that was, which is Rome, and is not when it went down, and yet is now America, right along with NATO and the EU. All right. But NATO and the EU, all right, America came out of Britain, okay? It says, and there is the mind, and here is the mind, Salakia, and here is the mind which have wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth, all right, which I showed you that. Rome, Germania Major, Germania Minor, France, Spain, and Greece. All right. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, which the 5 are fallen. Germania Major, Germania Minor, Spain, that's 3. Greece, and the French. All right. France. All right. Those are fallen. Okay. It says, and there are 7 kings. All right. 5 are fallen and 1 is. All right. And the other is not yet come. All right. Which is Britain. All right. And when it cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even is the 8th, all right, America, and is of the 7, all right, because who came out of Britain? America, all right. But the 5 were fallen, okay, and that one that is. The one is, and the other is not yet come, going back to Britain or England. All right. Again. All right. The British. The America came out of the British. All right. So there's the 7, but 5 were fallen. The 5 that were fallen again: Germania Major, Rome, France, Spanish. All right. And which Germania Major, Germania Minor. I mentioned those, and then you had the Greeks and the British, which is the one that is. All right, and that's where American came. America came out of Britain. As a matter of fact, Britain, the first colony of the Britain or the English was in 1607 in Jamestown, Virginia. All right, that was their first colony in the Americas. Where'd I leave off at? 7 kings. All right, and the beast that was, verse 11, and is not, even he is the 8th, all right, America, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition, all right, because the 8th is America, that's going to go into destruction, all right, it's going to be destroyed, all right, and like I said earlier, once America's destroyed, that's it for the whole Edomite power structure in this whole system. All right. Because furthermore, the Lord is going to destroy the military might, pursuant to 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Then he's going to come all the way over here to the west. All right. The chariots as well as the missiles are going to destroy all of this. And that's going to be the end of his rule. There will be no 5-minute Russian rule. None of that, man. Once America goes down, that's the whole Edomite power structure is done. All right. After that, they're just currently going to be waiting to be put in slavery because the earth is going to be in shambles. It's going to be totally chaotic. All right, all over the planet. Because remember, the scriptures tell you when these missiles drop, all right, it's going to cause the earth to reel to and fro like a drunkard. All right, and everybody is going to wail or bewail at the destruction of this of Babylon the Great, this beast, the one that's going to go into destruction, into perdition. All right. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. Again, those European countries I showed you here. All right. Which began as EU and NATO. All right. And they're up to about 27, 28 countries now. All right. It says, verse 12 again, the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. All right. They have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. All right. And we're seeing that one mind come together now with this whole technocracy that they're going to try to establish. All right. We still dealing with the same beast here in 2024. It's just souped up. The Lord gave it all kind of left hand power. All right. It says, those same 10, it says, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. All right. I mentioned 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. All right. What is that? Revelation. Michael and his angels shall fight against the dragon and his angels. All right. This is these making war with the Lamb. Let me get that. The dragon and his angels. Revelation, the 12th chapter. And there was war in heaven. Let's get that. There was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. All right. The dragon, again, the ancient Roman Empire, but souped up in today. All right. Because the ancient Roman Empire didn't have planes to fight in the heavens. All right. This is that dragon, that old serpent, the power structure, the beast system of Esau, Edom. All right. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. All right. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. He's done at that point. All right. So going back to Revelation 17, all right. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. I mentioned 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Let's get that real quick. All right, just to show you, they're going to try to make war with the Lamb. All right. I'm going to start at verse 3. 2nd Ezra 13 and 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whosoever the voice went out of his mouth, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. All right. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number. This is the dragon and his angels. All right. His military might, his fighter jets, his all his technology, he's going to try to bring it and fight against the Lord. All right. And that's dealing with all of those European nations. Okay. The 10 horns. They all going to come together and try to fight our Lord. All right. This is what it's talking about here. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number, from the four winds of the earth, from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. This is them making war with the Lamb. All right. It's going to start with these Edomites, but you're going to have all the other nations join with them. All right. Ronald Reagan said it, I believe, what year was that? 1984, 85. That statement he made about a foreign, alien enemy. Let's get that real quick. Because he was referring in this let me see if I can get the year of it. (1987). All right, it was a UN speech. All right, I said 84, but 1987. All right, is when he made that statement. Let's get it right here. Let's see if we can just get a short one.
For you, my own vision of the world's future, one I believe that in its essential elements is shared by all Americans. And I hope those who see things differently will not mind if I say that we in the United States believe that the place to look first for shape of the future is not in continental masses and sea lanes, although geography is obviously of great importance. Neither is it in national reserves of blood and iron, or, on the other hand, of money and industrial capacity, although military and economic strength are also, of course, crucial. we begin with something that is far simpler, and yet the right to contract, opportunity, and hope.
Let me see if I get the short one where he just gets straight to the point. Let's do it like this.
Mr. Secretary General, Mr. President, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, I speak today as both a citizen of the United States and of the world. I come with the heartfelt wishes of my people for peace.
Let's see. Let's get it. Okay, yeah, here it is. Here it is.
With Bind Law, of course you can trust us to provide the most up-to-date legal information.
I couldn't help at one point in my discussions privately with General Secretary Gorbachev, when you stop to think that we're all God's children, wherever we may live in the world, I couldn't help but say to him, just think how easy his task and mine might be in these meetings that we held if suddenly there was a threat to this world from some other species from another planet.
And that other species, they know are the angels, Yahweh Shai, and the Most High. All right, it ain't no big head green men. It ain't none of that. They know it's the angels. All right, they know 100%. I'm talking about these Edomites at the top. These average crackers, everyday devils you go to work with, you talk to, you know what I'm saying? You may even have, your woman may be an Edomite, all right? They don't know nothing, man, all right? But these devils that are higher up, all right? Even higher than these devils, all right? Presidents, they know 100% sure that the angels, Yahweh Shai, and the Most High exist, all right? And they know that that's the threat that this damn devil right here is talking about. They ain't talking about the shit they put in movies. All right? As we were reading in here, right here, all right? They gonna try to subdue Yahweh Shai. Where is it at? Right here. Again, 2nd Ezra 13:5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. And this is what he's talking about right here. All right? For the whole world to put aside their differences, to come together to fight against our Lord, Yahweh Shai. All right? These make war with the Lamb. All right? These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. All right. So this devil's fate is already written, and it's playing out beautifully. So let's listen to what he says.
Outside in the universe, we'd forget all the little local differences that we have between our countries, and we would find out once and for all that we really are all human beings here on this earth together. Well, I don't suppose we can wait for some alien race to come down and threaten us, but I think that between us we can bring about that realization. In our obsession with antagonisms of the...
Man, that's the point. The alien race is talking about the Yahweh Shai and the angels, and they know that. All right? which again, these shall make war with the Lamb. The 10 horns. All right. Set aside our differences. Okay. Right along with the rest of the nations on the planet Earth that have joined their power together with this goddamn devil, pursuing the Psalms 83. All right, and they're gonna try to fight our Lord, but Esau is he's the ringleader, so to speak. All right, it says, "These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues," all right, which is the people here in America, all right, and across the planet Earth, because America has an embassy in damn near every country on the planet, all right, because they have the rule, all right, with the beast, okay. It says, "In the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." So her own allies are going to destroy her, all right? They're going to destroy her. Something's going to happen to where even the allies of America, right along with Russia, are going to shoot missiles on this place and destroy it, all right? It says, "For the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give her kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled." All right. And right now they agree, and they giving their kingdom unto the beast, going back to Revelation the 13th chapter, because now we're to the point to where they're getting ready to establish this mark. All right. And they're ready to go full force with this the image, all right, which is their new world order, all right, which is patented after the ancient Roman Empire, all right, but souped up to the point to where it's going to be pure technology ruling over you, all right. So going back, Revelation 13:15, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed." And like I said, this is coming. All right? It's coming. "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." All right? Which the mark is going to solidify that you are down with the image of the beast and that you are allegiant with his way of life, which would be the technocracy, all right? Getting your universal basic income through that mark, being able to be tracked with that mark, all right? Being able to buy with that mark, being able to sell with that mark. That's going to be the new way. That's going to be the new oppression and wicked oppression on over the planet Earth. Or at least they that's their plans, but it's not going to come into full fruition. All right, because again, they're going to go into perdition. All right, but it's going to come a point to where they finna force this thing. All right, and you're going to have to make a decision whether you're going to worship this beast and receive his image, or you're going to be killed. All right. 17. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. Now I said I kind of jumped the gun by going to Revelation 17, but as we read here, that it's gonna be burned with fire by its own allies. Now let's end it out here in the book of Second Ezra, the 11th chapter, and we're gonna start at the 40th verse. All right. Okay. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. So that same fourth beast, when you read up, starting from the top, all the way up until this point, we dealing with ancient Rome. All right, because it goes into the 12 feathers, which the 12 feathers represent, or the eagle, should I say, the eagle represent the Roman Empire. Okay, and the feathers are the Caesars of Rome. All right. Now, when you get to the 40th verse, now it's dealing with modern day new Rome, new fourth beast that was wounded unto death, whose deadly wound was healed. All right, the Renaissance. All right, NATO, the EU, America. All right. And them up until this point ruling over the planet Earth with much wicked oppression. All right. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. The he is talking about Esau, Edom. It's that same fourth beast which goes all the way back to ancient Rome. All right. Revelation 13:2. All right. His complete power structure since he came on the planet Earth. All right. Well, not since he came on the planet Earth, but since he came in the power seat to rule the planet Earth. All right. It says, for the earth has thou not judged. This is the Most High speaking to him through the prophet Ezra. All right. For the earth has thou not judged with truth, for thou hast afflicted the meek. Thou hast hurt the peaceable. Thou hast loved liars and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and has cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. All right. And just think about all his history. The Lord wrapped it up in just one verse. All right. All this is his history. All right. He's afflicted the meek. He's hurt the peaceable. He's loved liars. All right. And destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and has cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. All right. When he went out to during the 1400s and was establishing his Renaissance, he was straight up committing genocide, man, to people that did him no harm, which were the Israelites. All right. And he kept going. Okay, all the way up until this point. All right, once he established America, he really went on the tear to tear down the whole earth. All right, dropping bombs on people, destroying lands. All right, verse 43. Therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. All right, the highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended. And his abominations are fulfilled. All right. This is why this devil is moving so fast, trying to establish his new world order. All right. He can't hide no more. His abominations are fulfilled, and the Most High got him moving the way he moving so that he can take his ass down. All right. It says, and therefore appear no more thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body, that all the earth may be refreshed. And that's only going to happen when America is destroyed, all right, in the thermonuclear destruction, all right, which in turn is going to take out all of this damn devil's power, all right. He will have no more power at that point. And then the earth will begin to be refreshed. All right, because the wicked will be taken out of the power seat, as it is written in Proverbs 29:2. All right, When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. All right? So the earth is getting ready to go into a time of being refreshed after this devil is destroyed. Okay? And may return being delivered from thy violence. All right? That's all he has done since he has had the power. All right? The scriptures in, what is that? John, the 10th chapter. All right? Speaks about this man and his violence. Matter of fact, let's get it. And we'll come back to this. The thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. All right? And that was Esau's. That's his lot. All right? Like we were reading in 2nd Ezra, the 11th chapter. The earth may be delivered from his violence, man. Because he's all, that's all he's about is violence, man. All right? And Yahweh Shai has to come so that the earth can be refreshed and that we may have life. All right? I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. All right? And we ain't going to get that till this goddamn devil is taken out the way. All right? He's come to kill and destroy. He's known as the violent. Matter of fact, it says, and the violent take it by force. Let's get that. Matthew 11 and 12. It says, and from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent, all right, take it by force. The violent is talking about Esau, Edom. All right? His ways, all right? Going back to verse 46, that all, 2nd Ezra 11:46, that all the earth may be refreshed and may return being delivered from thy violence, because he is the violent, all right? And that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her, all right? Which is taking this man out of the power seat so that the earth can thrive and be refreshed and have a righteous rule over it, which is Yahweh Shai and his elect, all right, which ultimately will be the entire nation of Israel. So I'm going to close it there. I know this was kind of long. I don't even know how long, but I know it was well over an hour. I hope and pray that this was edifying to the hopeful elect. And Adawan Ratazar, once again, I hope that this was edifying to the hopeful elect on understanding of the beast and the dynamics of this Edomite power structure, all right? Because it goes back years, all right? It goes back years, and this devil is getting ready to be taken out of the power seat, and he's getting ready to implement this C-hip, all right, which if you're not going to be down with what he wants on the planet Earth, you will be killed, all right, pursuing the Revelation 13 and 14, all right? If you're not worshiping this image and you don't receive his mark, you're going to be killed out here. That's going to be the penalty, capital punishment, all right? And this is why Yahweh Shai is going to return and destroy this devil, not only with the nuclear missiles, but with the ships, all right, the chariots, our way up out of here before the missiles disintegrate this place. This is why the Lord is going to come to take him down, because he's going to go on a tear to destroy as many souls as he can, man. And that's pursuing the Matthew the 24th chapter, lest those days be shortened, for there will be no flesh to be saved. So again, you know, Lord will, this was edifying to the hopeful elect, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and we on to the next video. Shalom.